I'm yet to meet Luisa Conti in person, to be quite honest. But in these past few weeks, I very much enjoyed our meetings and discussing her research and learning more about some of her recent and also current projects when we were preparing for this webinar. And well, in fact, inviting Luisa for our first Medialog to launch our community, this just makes so much sense. And she immediately came to mind because within the German higher education area, Luisa is like the expert for intercultural dialogue in virtual educational settings and in existing or also emerging communities. She's been working as a researcher, teacher, and also teacher educator, as she already mentioned, at the University of Jena in Germany since 2006, I believe. And there she has published widely, but I would like to especially mention a few publications. First of all, her dissertation thesis, which you can see in the upper left corner here. The German title can be translated as Web-Based Intercultural Dialogic Interaction, Developing a Reflexive Oriented Model. And this model that Luisa developed that investigates the interplay between identity, community, and culture in dialogic interaction. Unfortunately, I can't share a screenshot of Luisa's habilitation thesis because it isn't published yet, but it's titled Inclusion by Deconstruction and transfers this dialogic approach that Luisa developed to realize inclusion in the field of education. And if we now look down and take a look at some of Luisa's projects, it also very quickly becomes clear that inclusion through dialogue plays a very central role here as well. For example, on the left-hand side in the EU project SHARMED, which stands for Shared Memories and Dialogues, Luisa and her colleagues from Germany, Italy, and the UK, that was, I believe, they developed a methodology for teachers to facilitate dialogue and storytelling with visual media in the classroom to foster inclusion and create a safe space. And in a bit, you'll also get a little taster of this methodology, or what it can look like. Also, the Horizon 2020 projects, Kids for All, which Luisa and her colleagues recently launched. I believe the kickoff was like last month, isn't it? Yeah, that focuses on inclusion through collaboration and links this with lifelong learning. Finally, there's Luisa's other big research network, REDICO, which stands for Researching Digital Interculturality Cooperatively, in which Luisa and her team explore, yeah, actually she put it so well. She said they explore how strangers can grow into a digital community. And with that being said, yeah, Luisa, let me welcome you again, and the floor is yours.
So thank you very much, Christina. Thank you to all of you to give me the trust to spend your precious time with me and with us. I was thinking, what can be interesting for you? We just have 1 hour, one half hour is already too much. So I thought, out of my research, the luck I had in the last 2 years to like really focus on these topics, what can I give to you? And I thought that the program I presented, I developed in thinking that of something that is useful for you as a new community. Now the idea is maybe that starts today a new community of dialogue, but also as you as teachers. So what can you give? What can you learn today? Maybe what perspectives can you take with you home that are useful for you as a teacher? So I thought of you in this double role. So starting a conversation, building trust in digital intercultural community is the title of today, and we can go with the next slide. Before I give you something with my words, I would like to give you something with my methods. So as you saw, we presented each other, we present ourselves, through pictures, through digital artifacts of different kinds. And the wish I have there, I ask you to think shortly about digital artifacts which somehow represent you a bit. You saw we chose very different things, so feel free, anything, it's fine. And with this digital artifacts, you will present yourself, introduce yourself to your small group. We will divide the big group you are in a very small one. So you will have the possibility to present yourself and to get to know each other in groups of 5 people. And after we do that, then we come back together and we discuss about this experience. And from there, we start. Okay, so repeating the task I give you, I ask you kindly to think shortly. You have 3 minutes. Think shortly about what would you like to show. Choose it, and then you should paste it in our Jamboard. Christina someone will put the link in the chat. So there you see a Jamboard. It's a big flip chart where you can just paste things in. And depending on the number of the breakout group you are in, you look for your page. So the people who are in the breakout room 1 look for the page number 1. You see up there, up, ooh, a moment. Okay, can you go, Christina, to the Jamboard, so we see how it works, and then.
Yep.
Renee, could you maybe, because I'm sharing my screen, Renee, could you share the Jamboard, or should we?
I have shared a link to the Jamboard.
Okay, you will see.
So in the chat, you'll find the Jamboard, and I'm going to announce the room numbers. Okay.
Right, and above, as you see where the mouse is, you can switch from slide to slide to look for your room. So beautiful. Now it's 6:20 in Germany, maybe 12:20 where you are. And so you have time until 12:24. So that means at 12:24, you start your exchange with the others about the pictures. So every one of you will present. You have in total 20 minutes, so until 44. And please try to ask one question at least to every person, yeah, and see that everyone is participating.
Wonderful.
If you don't want to show anything, it's also fine, but it's nice if you do it. For sure, you find something.
What a great way for us to make new friends. Room 1, Christina, who's ever in the room with you, you are in room 1. And Anna Burnley, who's ever in the room with you, you are in room 2. Bakir, whoever is in the room with you, you are in room 3. And Katerina, you are in room 4. And who's ever in the room with you, Katerina, you are in room 4. And Natalie, whoever is in the room with you, you are in room 5. And Crystal Sweet, whoever is in the room with you, you are in room 6. And room 7, Thomas Schroeter. And whoever else is in the room with you, you are in room 7. And finally, George, my friend George, whoever's in the room with you, you are in room 8. Now, if for any chance you go into your room and there's no one there, just come back to the main room and I will reassign you. Rooms are opening now. Have a great conversation and make a new friend. So Luisa, have you found your breakout room? Have you gotten your breakout room?
Yeah, but I wasn't sure if I join it.
Yes, you should.
Okay, then I do.
And Shamali, would you like to join a breakout room? I hope so. Click on that link and join us. And Jennifer Russell, we hope you will go to room 7 if you haven't already. Go to room 7 and join the conversation. If you're just joining us, you might find it useful to access the Jamboard. There's the link to the Jamboard.
Does anyone know if this is a breakout room or what the directions are?
I believe the host has to assign us to a particular breakout room.
Okay, so we're waiting to be assigned.
I guess so. I just joined in.
Okay,